Hello, my name is Ronnie Kaplan and I'm from Computer Training Solutions, and I'm going to show you how in an Excel spreadsheet you can watch what's happening on one sheet while you're making modifications on another sheet of the same file. We often have files that are connected, consolidating information. For instance, I here have a workbook that has New York information, another sheet has Philadelphia, Boston, San Francisco, Dallas. They all have the same products, these printer, scanner, faxes, and they all have the same first 3 months of the year and totals set up. And I also have a summary sheet which simply consolidates that information, sums it up through all of the sheets, and gives you, of course, grand totals. And I have a total sheet that also adds all the January totals, giving me a total and an average, and adds up all the product totals. So maybe I realize that, on my Boston sheet I have to make some changes, and I would like to be able to see how it affects my grand totals as I make those changes. Instead of having to flip back and forth from one sheet to another, I can open up what's called a watch window, and that's found on your Formulas tab on your ribbon. This is 2010 I'm using. The same thing pertained, and it was even available in the 2003 version. If you click on Watch, and you have a watch window that you can move anywhere on the screen, and you say, I want to add a watch. And where do I want to watch? So I'm going to say, go to my summary sheet, and on the summary sheet I'd like to watch the totals of the black and white printer, and I'd also like to add another watch. And again, on the summary sheet I'd like to add the all-in-one printer totals. Okay, and perhaps I want to add one more watch that is going to go to the summary sheet and add the overall totals, adding up all of the products for all of the cities. Okay, now I'm on my Boston sheet, and maybe I realize that, there was a mistake in the March black and white printer sales, and instead of 27,000 some odd, it should have been 25,000 even. And as when I enter that, you're going to see changes. Watch the watch window numbers in the first number, because that was the totals of the black and white printers, and in the last number because that was the overall totals. Just so you can see that again, I'm going to undo that and watch those numbers change, and then I'm going to redo it. Okay? I can go to my Philadelphia sheet and say, I'm going to change this $20,000 for the all-in-one. Should have been $18,546. And again, when I make that change, you're going to see those two numbers change. If I change the March all-in-one printers number to 15,000, that's going to change the middle number, because that's an E10. That's a total for the all-in-one, and it's changing the overall. I can also add a watch for another sheet. So I can go to my total sheet, and I can say I want to see what the January average is, and add a watch for that. And any of these sheets I go to, this is New York, I can change something in the January, and when I hit an enter on that, it's going to change the average for January, it's going to change the overall total, and it's going to change the all-in-one figure. So that's how you create a watch window. If you want to delete any of the watches, you simply select it and say delete watch. If I close the watch window and then reopen it, the watches are still there, but I can select them all using the Shift key, and then delete the watches, and then close the sheet. Thank you very much. Hope this is helpful for you.